Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. I was going to try to do a live stream, but I just got this hotel room, and I've been on the road, and I'm dirty, and I need to shower and, you know, do regular human things. And it's late, okay? Where I'm at right now, it's 5:45, and it's probably late where you're at, but I had to make this video. So it's the 23rd, it's September, it's 2025, and currently, right now, it is 3:41 a.m. in Israel, September 24th, 2025. The sun has not risen in Israel as of yet, so this entire event hasn't occurred as of yet. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm telling you, this came to me last night where I had to do not one, but 2 videos on that. And I'll stick to my guns, period. And I've looked through the comments, and people are saying they're looking for information on this and can't find it anywhere other than the AI video that I put up that was saying crazy things like I told you yesterday.
Israel is summoning something terrific. Right now, the Israeli government is preparing for an event never seen in the nation's history. On September 24th, 2025, Rosh Hashanah, Jerusalem will sound 100 shofars at once, broadcast live worldwide. 100 priests, 100 sacred trumpets, one earth-shaking blast. For over 3,000 years, this holy moment has been intimate, never coordinated like this, never shared with the entire world. Why now? Why 2025? The shofar has always signaled divine intervention, repentance, the presence of God, and, in Christian hope, the coming of the Messiah. 100 trumpets, one coordinated blast, one global audience. Are we about to witness what no generation has ever seen? If this message speaks to your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so more people can join us on this journey of faith and discovery. Now, let's begin. But hold on, because what I'm about to tell you next will completely change how you see this event. Discovery 2, the Feast of Trumpets. Now we dive deep into why this particular date should have every person who believes in biblical prophecy on the edge of their seat. September 24th, 2025 isn't just any random date Israel chose for this unprecedented event.
A great blast, an earth-shaking blast like no generation's ever seen. Yeah, Israel needs to be the victim all over again, and right now they're not. So for them to do a false flag live on television, I can see that happening. The reason I'm making that video isn't because of that. It's because of this. This jerk-off. 43 minutes ago, Jason A. put up another video saying a UFO invasion is happening in Europe. And about a minute of it's talking about a drone that flew over an airport, and people think Russia was behind it, okay? It was a drone. A drone. Not a major alert UFO invasion happening where all he does in this video is talk about what happened last year in New Jersey.
Terry, recently there appear to be more and more drones violating the airspaces of European countries. Is Europe growing nervous about events like these?
All right, let's go to this breaking news alert. Drones flying over Copenhagen airport for hours.
Yeah, Danish police are now currently investigating.
Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has called a drone incident at Copenhagen's airport the most serious attack to date.
Separate drone sightings forced the closures in Copenhagen and the Norwegian city of Oslo. Authorities have not blamed any country or organization for those attacks, and it remains unclear if the incidents are linked. In recent weeks, several European countries have reported Russian incursions into their airspace, including Poland, Estonia, and Romania. Russia has...
Holy cow. Drones flew over 2 different airports. And they're in the... I mean, this is crazy. These guys are blaming it on Russia, but according to Jason A., it's a UFO invasion that's happening. But then all of a sudden he simply runs out of material, and then just at the 1 minute mark just goes straight back to Jersey and doesn't mention to anybody that this is from well over a year ago whatsoever at all.
Not just on the East Coast, they are being seen all over the world. I'm getting reports from here in Australia, from Japan, Indonesia, China, Russia, Europe.
SUV-sized drones.
Yeah, do you remember this? Well, he's not mentioning it. You know what I'm saying? This is complete and utter bullshit, and I'm sick of it. I just am. Because he could be using his platform to do what I'm doing and talk about real things that we're really looking at right now. These drones, they'll be here soon enough, but they aren't UFOs, and it isn't an invasion. But I digress. But he doesn't say anything to anybody. So people watching that, and people are gullible. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. So many people are gullible. They're watching that video and thinking that we're being invaded on the East Coast all over again. It's last year's news. This kid, without a doubt, has to be part of the PSYOPs division, period. He has to be, because his videos don't do anything except hold up the mainstream narrative every single solitary time. And like it says right here on the 4th PSYOP group, United States military, that the whole world is a stage, and they want you to become a master of influence. Do you see what I'm saying? People like him are allowed to get ridiculous views, and they're allowed to ask people at the very end of their videos every time to support their work on Patreon. I can only imagine how many people are supporting this dude when all he simply does is clip farm the news and then post it on YouTube, and people think he's somehow a truther or something. Never shown his face, never said a word. And they're showing drones, and he's calling it a major UFO invasion happening right now. With so much real stuff going on Earth, you'd think that this wouldn't be the topic of the day, but it is. And it pisses me off, and I wanted to point it out because some of us are driven by this. No matter how they shut us down, once you open your eyes are open. There's a reason I joined the military. There's a reason I was in a gang for a long, long time. I'm driven by certain things that I believe in. The truth was something I stumbled upon accidentally, but as you can see things unfolding, you can't stop talking about it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's unbelievable. Years and years ago, I was telling you about the national debt clock, and how they were going to run the national debt up and they were never going to pay it because it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. This is a live stream that I did on January 11th, 2020.
All right, here we go. I got a bunch of emails from people asking me, in my opinion, how far do I think these guys are going to go? They're going to go all the way. It is going to be absolutely, totally, completely 100% hectic.
Look at the national debt just 4 years ago, 5 years ago. $14 trillion is completely in the pockets of all the richest people on Earth. But in this video, I was telling you they're going to run this up because they're never going to pay it back. And I didn't even have a gold sponsor. I've been talking about this for years, and I told you to get your money out of the bank back then. You see what I'm saying?
There's our national debt. Look at those numbers just spinning along, no big deal, $23 million. And that's what they show the public. That's what they show the public. Do you see what I mean?
I meant to say trillion, but what are you going to do? It was live.
With the derivatives and every other thing that these guys do, it's at like $150 trillion. And it's even at $23 trillion, there isn't $23 trillion worth of cash and prizes on this earth to pay it back. Why are they doing this? Because they don't care. They don't care. These guys are at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they're not paying the bill.
That is how I started talking about places like Goldco, because after me talking about get your money out of the bank and turn it into gold and silver, before I even knew who Goldco was, I was telling you that for a reason. And here's another part of that reason right now. Listen to this. The guy I'm about to show you is a big-time YouTuber, and his entire thing is finance. He's going to tell you exactly how the government's going to pull the wool under everybody's eyes. Get your money out of the bank now while you can. Turn your 401k or your IRA, or at least half of it, into gold and silver and have them ship it to your house, have it delivered to your hand. Because even the mainstream people realize that our government's about to pull a huge magic trick where they steal all of your wealth overnight and turn it into stable coin or the digital dollar, just like I've been telling you for years. But now it's actually happening, and it's going to happen any day now, to the point where mainstream guys even realize it, but they still don't see the social credit system, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know. But I'm not going to be playing that particular reindeer game, and neither should you. So here you go.
Eastern Economic Forum in Russia, one of Vladimir Putin's closest advisors said something that got a lot of attention.
Америка прямо сейчас пытается поменять правила на рынке золота и криптовалют. Вспомните, какой у них долг – $35 триллионов.
He said, the United States is preparing to use crypto and stablecoins to secretly devalue its entire $37 trillion debt.
Загоняя всех куда? В криптовалютное облако. Со временем, когда часть госдолга США будет размещена в стейблкоинах, США обесценит этот долг.
He says the United States is plotting to put that debt into a crypto cloud, which would reset the system, basically leaving the rest of the world just holding the bag. Now, this might sound like some crazy theory, but a version of this story has been said before by billionaire CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. He actually advised President Trump to, quote, dump all the US gold and buy Bitcoin.
Dump your gold, sell all the US gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
The $37 trillion question, though, is how realistic is this, and would this actually work? Because I think the answer is it's not just going to work. It's going to be inevitable, and I think it's going to happen. Not exactly in that way, but that's what I'm going to help explain in today's video. I want to show you what Putin's advisor exactly said and how the US will devalue its $37 trillion worth of debt with stablecoins and Bitcoin. It's a really interesting story. So with that said, let's get into it. Hi, my name is 𝗦𝗲𝗍𝗂𝗍. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for the Bitcoin. So, okay.
So even the mainstream people understand what's about to happen, and all they're doing to fight it is investing in Bitcoin now. You know what I mean? Why do you think they're making Bitcoin so attractive and they're trying to hold the price of gold down so much? Well, that's all going to flip, and it's going to flip overnight, and it's going to be blamed on hackers or whatever, something to their advantage. Now, this kid's a smart kid. He's got 4 million subscribers, but he also took the vaccines. He also probably promoted the vaccines, wore a mask, everything else, and he probably doesn't think the social credit system's too bad of an idea, because if you're not doing anything wrong, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? At any rate, it's up to you. I'll leave the links below. It's getting late here, and I got to go hit the trail before it gets dark out. Or I got to go find a trail, or at least pedal it, whatever. When you're old, you got to do stuff like that. At any rate, links will be below. Richie from Boston. I'm out.